Hello, gentle viewers. This is Zap Guardian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Kansas City Royals. In our previous episode, we went 92 and 70, a very respectable total. But we still need to make some improvements to this team to eventually get us to the promised land of at least considering a playoff spot. As I mentioned in the last episode, um, it's important to remember that 1995 is when the Wild. No, it was 94. Because it's something they introduced into the game that season. Is when the wild card system starts. So that's when we might have a better chance of making it. Our big acquisition last year was Ozzie Smith. And though I was initially quite hesitant, once I saw the size of his contract, he delivered. He was real good, and that's excellent news for us. We had a pretty okay lineup, although Tony Gwynn will be leaving us here shortly. But I'd like to think we could do better. And in particular, we're starting to lose the pitching battle. If we take a look at our pitching staff, we have a few people who are various levels of acceptable, but we could certainly do better. We could certainly do better. So, my friends, so reminding this is not the Chris Carpenter, it's merely a Chris Carpenter. So thank you for the memory, the reminder. I know how words work. No, I don't. I'm lying to you. Let us go ahead and sim forward a bit. Actually, let's make sure that I do all of the things. I have not yet. All right. So, Rick Aguilera has been underwhelming. If we go strictly by the different values of our relievers, he was the worst. In particular, if we look at his scouting report, Rick Aguilera used to be a better pitcher, and then he just stopped. He stopped being able to strike people out. Does that mean he can't be a good reliever again? Absolutely not. Of course, Rick Aguilera still has plenty of years left to prove his craft. It will not be with the Kansas City Royals, however. Goodbye. I might try to trade you, actually, real quick. I don't know that I'm going to get a lot of offers, but I'm at least curious to see who might be available in the prospect market for Rick Aguilera. I'm not really seeing anything here that's all that interesting. I think we just go ahead and non-tender him and worry about it later. Bob Kipper, on the other hand, I think definitely deserves a new contract. I will happily give him that. I'm not going to guarantee him closer yet, but I think there's a pretty high probability he will end up being the closer. I'd love to lock down Will the Thrill if we could, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So we'll just go ahead and sign him for his extension and not worry about it. So, I'm of two minds with Mr. Steve Yeltsin. On the first hand, we don't have a good second baseman without him. We just don't. And he's got enough secondary skills that his offense can tolerate his glove, but he's certainly not good. I think that is a fair statement to make. He is at best acceptable, but he is not good. And so, I think he's already reached the age of 29. I think this is the year we non-tender him. Try to get a bit more playable flexibility to maybe bring somebody else in. Greg Gagne, I'm not paying $460,000 for a backup. You can also leave. Ken Williams is just To be quite honest, his bat will never carry his glove. Like, ever. And so it is of questionable utility to keep him on the team. Remember, at one point we thought he was going to turn out to be an excellent hitter, and he just didn't develop. For whatever reason, he never hit at all. And this is despite, a proper apprenticeship in the minors. Actually, no, it isn't. He got thrown right into the big leagues. Maybe if we let him start in the minors, we would have gotten a little bit more out of him. But for whatever reason, I don't think it's a good use of our roster spot to keep him. Bruce Benedict can go. Mark Davis can go. I don't have any problems losing either of them. And I bet Tony Gwynn probably still wants lots and lots of money, so I'm not going to be able to give that to him. How much does Mark Davis want? Oh, he wants to get paid like a closer. That ain't going to happen, though, my friends. That is not going to happen. We also apparently still have a team that hates each other. We'll probably need to do something about that at some point, because the owner wants us to fix it. I don't know how I can win to the extreme, but I guess I can try it. Gold glove. So how can we fix our staff chemistry? Well, the biggest issue, of course, is honestly, firing Randy Bob might be the key here. Like, remember, he's not that great a bench coach. He doesn't like controlling people, and he is normal, which makes everyone else hate him more. I think we're going to fire him. And I really want somebody who is controlling but has no problem. Yeah, I actually want someone else who's controlling. Let's bring in Chuck Tanner to be our bench coach. That should help things. Oh, I forgot. Does Chuck Tanner have a problem with people being normal? I only have one normal person now, though. So hopefully that will kind of solve itself. Oh, damn it, Sammy Ellis is also controlling. And he's way better. Just kidding. Oh, you don't want to be the bench coach for Kansas City. That's fair. Yeah, I don't want to pay you a lot of money, but I will pay you some. Eddie Usry literally sucks, though. Is my issue. I don't know why you think I want him, but I don't. I mean, I guess if the man just wants a little bit more money, I can accommodate that. I can give him 150 grand. Alright. Now, I won't know till actually we get into the season a bit, but you notice the bar used to be red, now it's up to yellow. Oh, Chuck Tanner doesn't like fucking controlling people. What the shit? I don't care. We'll figure it out. That literally accomplished nothing of value. Whatever. You know, if I fired my assistant GM and hired an assistant GM who was personable, that might help a little bit. Merv Blaylock is absolutely teaching that. And we'll let Ken Pape teach catching. Cool. Yeah, we'll see if things kind of sort themselves out, which maybe they will. Gerald Young got a second Gold Glove. Alan Trammell got one over Ozzie Smith. That's kind of sus, my guy. I do not approve, game. It's kind of sus, but alright. Oh, we're just going to send to the end of award season. We got 2 awards of some kind. Tom Gordon was the best reliever in the majors. And Will Clark took home a Silver Slugger. You know, I'm kind of surprised if, since this is Tom Gordon's rookie year, they didn't get any consideration for Rookie of the Year. I wonder if he was close, though. Like, wonder if he made it into the top 3. He didn't get considered at all. Interesting. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about at all. But whatever. Will Clark got some MVP votes. That's kind of cool. Oh, you just want to be promoted. You're a pretty decent manager. Let me take a quick look here. I'd actually rather promote you than lose you. Yeah, Alan Coach is nothing to get excited about. Then you're fired, Alan. That's it. You're fired. And then I really want someone who's good at mechanics. We'll hire Kim Allen. You can be my new rookie ball manager. I don't think he's a top-notch guy, but whatever. And to be fair, it's not like Dick Cocos wasn't like a really good coach that probably deserved a promotion a while ago, but we've done it now. Alright, so what are we looking for if we can acquire it? Well, we need a right fielder. We need a DH. Right? We need a DH, we need a second baseman. And I'd love to add at least one more starting pitcher. To accomplish these many, many feats, I have a total of $147,000. Right. That's great. That's amazing. Okay. Owner, back the fuck off. Okay? Give me some damn money. Or this team ain't gonna get any better. And yes, I know what you're probably gonna want me to do. You're probably gonna want me to cut my budget here, my scouting budget or my development budget. Actually, I think it's already below the baseline. No, we can cut it a little bit. So this means that any improvements are going to have to come through the draft, which is not great. Because I need 3 genuinely good players. One thing could also do is lock up Will Clark long term. But it seems like he wants to do the year-to-year thing. Which is unfortunate but not unexpected. There are problems we just don't have enough money. That's long and short of it. Trading Jim Rice would help, but that just opens up another hole on the team. Unless you could get, like, a package of players for him. I need outfielders quite desperately, actually. We're going to be in a world of hurt right now. I don't have a starting second baseman, I don't have a starting DH, and I don't have a backup catcher. And I probably need another starter. I don't have the money to fill all of those holes, or indeed many of those holes, without trading. So what assets do I actually have that people would be interested in? I can't trade any major leaguers, because if I do, I'm just going to make it worse. So I could trade Jim Rice and save some money that way. The downside of trading Jim Rice, however, is that I then open up another hole to fill. And that's not ideal. Do we trade Scott Service? Scott Service is probably my most marketable asset. And I think he could get a decent return. Let's try it. I don't want a multiplayer package. Oh! I literally can't trade you yet. That is some bullshit, but alright. I could trade Kurt Young, I guess. I wonder if I just... how bad would you be as second baseman? You'd be pretty terrible. Like, my problem with Randy Kutcher is that he's just a mediocre outfielder. I mean, I guess Eddie Milner's is really good defensively, so there's some value there, but honestly, neither one of them really make me happy. UL Washington sucks. Mark Davidson sucks. Jack Fimple sucks. I guess the positive is we'd also get 95 grand. That's awesome because 140,000. Yeah, I guess. It's as much about getting the money as it is players. That gets me a couple of not incompetent backup outfielders, so I guess to that end, that was a worthy choice. I still need a catcher and a second baseman, though, and I still have very little money with which to accomplish those objectives. Is anybody else making a fair bit of money? Dennis Martinez. But if I trade Dennis Martinez, then who's my fifth starter? That's kind of the real question at this point, right? It's that any trade I make is potentially going to make the team worse. Now, Alan Anderson could be a perfectly cromulent replacement. Or he's even better trade bait. Let's trade Alan Anderson, and we're going to specifically target a single batter. I will look at regulars and see what might be able. Okay, Barry Lyons is not a good backup catcher because he can't play the position that well. Alright, Bob Melvin would solve our backup catcher problem. Let's get Bob Melvin. Alright. There's our backup catcher. And last but certainly not least, we still need a starting second baseman. And I think we might have to rely on the draft to fill the rest of our needs. It's just kind of where we are right now. I have 170 grand. I guess I can look and see if there's anybody inexpensive that might be worth. Nope. 170 grand ain't worth nothing. Honestly, you're gonna see is anybody inexpensive or even free. That would be a worthwhile addition. Mike Paxton wouldn't be a terrible choice. Oh, nope, that's not going to work. Yeah, we're just going to need to wait till the draft, I guess. I think we need to start, like, getting a bunch of lead goods and convince the owner to lift them. Okay. Larry Dierker, I think, is worthy of the Hall. Wayne Garrett and Gabe Goltz, not so much. Catfish Hunter, absolutely. Ferguson Jenkins, equally absolutely. Tommy John, even more absolutely. Denny McLean, yes. Damn, look at Boog Powell in this timeline. What a guy. I genuinely don't see how a guy with 3,000 hits is not getting any traction. That seems weird to me. I figure Catfish, Denny McLean, and Boog Powell are all guaranteed. And then we'll probably have like one or two others. I feel pretty strongly about that. Let's submit the ballot. And let us advance to the start of the winter meetings. Nope. I don't need another reliever, is my issue. That's the only reason I wouldn't consider this. This is one hell of a fucking draft, though. Holy shit, look at that top 10. Like, apart from Chris Hoyles, those are all, like, top-tier players, right? And I am picking 23rd. Thanks, game. Thanks. One of the most incredible drafts of all time, and I'm not going to get any of the top-tier players, I don't think. Oh, well. Alright, focus. I need a designated hitter. And I need a second baseman. Is there a good second baseman in this draft? There is not. I mean, I guess Jose Vizcaíno would be a pretty fair choice. I hate using the draft to draft for need, but I think I have to. I think we have to take Jose Vizcaíno. Because Vizcaíno can at least hit, potentially, so I think we're going to draft him. I don't feel great about it, but I feel okay about it. Alright, let's now look at all players, and let's see who's left. We could add yet another reliever. How much money do I have right now? I have 170,000. Okay, that's still not nearly enough. Let us search for batting potential. I'd probably... Actually, Hensley Mullins does have the better eye. We'll take him. I can't believe there are like all-time greats in this draft. Like lots of them. And I picked the wrong year to actually play well. I truly, truly did. Let's get Julio Mercado, I guess. I can maybe trade a reliever. And Mike Dyer. Yikes, guys. Big yikes. This is what happens when your owner's a little bitch and screws you over. Like, literally the only thing I can afford now is relievers. I have plenty of relievers. If I can find someone who needs them, I can maybe make some decisions there. Alright, so what do I still need? I still would like a starting second baseman and a DH if I can find one. I'm probably going to run it back with this rotation as much as I don't like that because I genuinely can't find a better player right now without more money. And I'm not going to get more money because my owner is an asshole. So we're just going to auto pick until I pick. Dave Frost is kind of trash, not gonna lie. Are any of you even like mediocre hitters? Terry Francona hits for contact and nothing else. Like, I'm sure there have been worse designated hitters and designated hitter history than Tito Francona, but I don't know of any. I'd rather let one of the rookies have a chance at it. Is there any big power guys, maybe? I guess you could try out Wayne Cage. Like, I get it. His contact is terrible. But he's got enough secondary skills that maybe he'll luck into a few baseballs. We're at least going to try it. That seems good. Everyone takes Jeff Russell every single season, and then they return him to me in like 10 seconds. I don't want Jeff Little at all, but if you want Mitch Williams, what if... No, I'd rather trade Scott Service. Alright, what if I don't take your player? You know what I want to do here? I'm doing this deliberately because otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, if I asked for 300 grand, and that's all I got out of this deal, I would happily give you Mitch Williams. Done. I need someone with a lot of money. Hi, Yankees. Really? You don't have that much money? Okay. I basically want like another 400 to 500 grand if I can get it. Would you buy Chris Carpenter for $500,000? Because if I do that, then I have at least a chance to get a decent free agent to fill some kind of role. You are delusional, my friend. Absolutely not. I refuse to give you any of my really good players, so... what about the Dodgers? Would you pay me 500 grand for Chris Carpenter? I mean, I'd love Ricky Henderson, but I have no use for him. Done. Alright. So now I've got 820 grand. That should be plenty to get a reasonably good DH or a second baseman. Hi, Ron Ronicky. You're a little too rich for my blood. I could bring back Steve Yeltsin. I won't, but I could. A guy like Ken Landreau, I think, would be a pretty solid choice. He's a good contact hitter. He's a captain. He's got a few secondary skills. It only cost me 350 grand. Let's offer him a deal. Andre Robertson is a really good second baseman. He may not be a great hitter, but he's a really good second baseman. Maybe. I think I'm good with these for right now. Now, honestly, I probably would run Jose Vizcaino out there before I would use any of these other jerks. Not surprised at all, by the way, with the three people that made it there. I think they all were pretty obvious choices. Would we, though? I'm not convinced Billy Joe Robideau is all that good. He's not, like, the worst, but I'm also not convinced he's all that good. And Bob Kipper is pretty damn good, so I'm hesitant to accept your proposal, my friend. A lot of people seem eager to get Dave Otto on their team. I guess I should shop him and see what kind of prospects one might acquire for him. Sure, I'll take Bill Wilkinson. There we go. I guess there's that I could have asked for even more money, but it's fine. $18 million. Fuck you, owner. Quit being a goddamn cheapskate. Look at this shit. 20th payroll in the major leagues. And that's only because of the money I brought in through trading. So yeah, don't be a little bitch. Give me some fucking money. Alright. So, Andre Robertson, Jose Vizcaino, Hensley Mullins, Julio Machado, and Mike Dyer are all going to get a shot in the bigs. Set up all of the staff, please. Move Vizcaino to second. And then I am going to... Perfect. You're playing Vizcaino at second, which is exactly what I wanted. Let us do some training of the spring. Wow, way to go, Randy Kutcher. I mean, I don't know what role you're going to have on the team anyway, but that's not a great start. Nah. I mean, I genuinely don't know how we're gonna do this season. I feel like we have fixed some things, but I don't feel like we've made significant progress. Mostly because we don't have any money. Until we start getting some money, I don't think there's going to be a lot that I can fix here. That's just kind of how it be sometimes. And are you fucking kidding me, kid? You have a damn chance to win a job out of spring training and you get hurt. Unbelievable. Of all the players to get hurt, that one does suck. I didn't let him go. He signed for like $1 billion. I can't compete with that. So yeah. Fans shouldn't be pissed off at me. Jump down the owner's throat. I didn't ask for this. Alright. So currently I'm rocking 12 pitchers. That's probably too many. Goodbye, Jeff Innes. I never anticipated both Dyer and Machado making the roster, but I guess they have to. Because I don't want to go less than 11 pitchers. Congratulations, Andre Robertson. I didn't want you on the opening day roster, but you apparently won after Jose Vizcaino. I will send Mullins here to the minors because I genuinely want him to get a shot to play well in the big leagues. So we'll do that. Alright, pitching staff. This looks fine. I'm not going to mess with it. Everyone's got a pretty good role. I'm happy with that. But I also want Earl Horshiser to start the season, provided he's healthy, but this seems pretty good. Let's get our lineup set, though. And we're going to do it in the depth chart as well. Alright. Our best hitter is Will Clark, and it's not remotely close. Nor will it ever be close, I don't think. So we're going to go ahead and make Will Clark the 3 hitter. I could put him in the 2 spot and let Lenny Dykstra lead off. But then I don't know who we'd put in the 3 spot. So I think he fits better there for now. I'm going to do Ozzie Smith leading off, followed by Lenny Dykstra hitting second. Then Matt Williams and Jim Rice. Then Gerald Young. Then Mr. Landreau at the hitter which is designated. Then Tony Pena. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Andre Robertson, because who the fuck else would be our second baseman? I know Bob Melton's better defensively than Tony Pena. Actually, I guess he is better defensively, isn't he? But I think this is still the better arrangement, so we're going to go ahead and do this. And just let him start once a week. And I'm going to copy and paste this over. Here, you can do what you want to on this one. Because again, unless I make the World Series, it'll never be relevant. So there we go. Alright, let's play some baseball. You are... Oh my god, you're insane. You are literally insane that you think this roster can win the World Series. I'm not even convinced this roster can make the fucking playoffs. So I almost hope you do fire me. Maybe I'll go to a team that doesn't like making me manage with one hand time behind my back. I think of a good reason not to accept it. Eddie Williamson sucks. Or Eddie Williams sucks. You're the worst, Jose Vizcaíno. I just want you to be aware of that, please. Fuck you, Jim Rice. Just stop complaining immediately. I have no time for your bullshit. Alright, you're going to go right to the minors. Because as bad as Andre Robertson is, he's not awful. And I want you to get a chance to actually, like, develop as a proper baseball player. I guess I will call up Hensley Mullins. Now the question becomes who slots in at right field since Gerald Young is hurt. Like, Mullins is the best hitter, right? But Kutcher is not far behind. Are any of you hitting yet? No, you're all hitting terribly. So I guess it will be the rookie. I don't think this Mike Schmidt, by the way, is a Hall of Famer, but anything's possible, but I don't think 500 homers with just over 1,000 hits is going to get you there. I guess he almost got 2,000 hits, that's fair. But I like how Tom Gordon is the best pitcher in the entire month, despite the fact that he's a reliever. That's pretty funny. Alright, so what is going wrong? Well, most of it is. Offensively, the one player who has been truly high caliber is Will Clark. Ozzy's drawn plenty of walks, as is Lenny Dykstra, so they're not playing poorly. Matt Williams is good. I'd still like to see another gear here, but I think he's doing fine. Jim Rice is playing like he's 36. Ken Landro is okay. I certainly don't hate what we're getting out of him. Pitching staff is okay. It's like, we're not great at anything right now, but we're not bad at anything either. The real issue for me is I don't see where we get an improvement. I don't see who we could bring in that would make a significant difference, because Andre Robertson is hitting, which is frankly stunning to me. I did not expect him to hit at all. And I don't think he will the entire season, but I definitely think that Jose Vizcaíno, if he gets a chance to develop a little bit, is going to be our starting second baseman. I truly believe he can handle that role. I just want to let him develop a little bit and see if we can improve particularly his contact hitting. Which he's already starting to do, right? He's already making some reasonably good strides in that department. I just want him to get some reps in before we worry about that. But we really need a right fielder. And it's probably not fair to like dismiss Hensley off of 30 plate appearances, but we definitely need a new right fielder, or just say Gerald Young to come back and start hitting. Why am I paying so much money to Tony Pena? I have no idea. No idea. Unless, is Bob Melvin like crushing it maybe? Sort of, but not in very many at-bats, so who can really say actually? Well, that's one way to solve the Jim Rice problem. What the fuck, dude? Alright, we're going to play an outfielder short for a week because Gerald Young is going to basically go back into right, and then we'll just move Henley Mullins over to left. Of course, it doesn't help that Gerald Young is ice cold, but that's whatever. I can't do anything about that. Yeah, the thing is, Landro, you already kind of suck. Like a lot. So, I don't know that I'll be bringing you back. Let's go ahead and keep you. Yeah, I guess packages will always be a problem with you, but I don't really feel like messing around with this. And let's lock up the minor league coaches. Okay. So that's all happening. Nice. Alright. So, first things first, how's Mr. Vizcaíno doing? Give me a scouting report on him, Mr. Allen. Yeah, we're on the struggle bus. The bottom half of that lineup. I've got how much money? I've got 178k. Is there anyone on the trading block? I want you to eat his entire salary. What would that take? Someone I'm not prepared to give up. What if I gave you Bill Wilkinson? And if I offered you superstar Ken Landreau? You're unfortunately asking for people I can't give up, no matter what. So, unfortunately, yeah. I had to try. Like, Joe Orsulak is definitely better than Henley right now. But he's asking for, like, really good players in exchange, and I don't get that. So I will politely but firmly decline. I mean, at least you're conveniently getting hurt at the right times. Because we're going to get Jim Rice back after the All-Star break. Oh, damn. Finally, Oral Hershiser makes an all-star team. What the hell, game? Michael Jackson, Ed Lynch, and Tom Gordon. Basically my whole bullpen. And Will Clark. And nobody else. And I guess that's entirely fair, actually. Oh no, Matt Williams made it too. Neat. The Yankees disgust me. Like, both in real life, but look at this ridiculous infield of theirs. Oh my gosh. We're going to go to roster expansion. Okay, here comes Jim Rice back. That's very, very welcome indeed. Jim Rice is going to... Is he better or worse? No, he's actually much better than Hensley. And I'm also going to have you bat 5th. And then Gerald Young can bat 6th. That's just better for everybody. Oops, and I just accidentally removed Jim Rice. There you go. Alright. So once rosters expand tomorrow, I think... Do I call up Vizcaino? Andre Robertson has been a perfectly cromulent second baseman this season. Nothing thrilling, but he's getting on base by connecting, and he's hitting quite a few doubles. This isn't going to last, obviously. He's never hit 270 before in his career. He's currently hitting 40 points above his league average. His average. I completely forgot you played for me before. Wow. Just entirely slipped my mind. I counted keeping Vizcaino in the minors to keep working on his craft. Unless something happens to Robertson. Like, I'm gonna guess he could be the utility guy and replace Mike Brumley, who is nothing to write home about. That seems like a bit of a waste, though. The only reason to call Vizcaino now is if I plan on making the playoffs, which is possible, and B, if I think he's going to be a big piece to that team. You know what? I'm going to call him up. Because I do not believe for even 1/10 of 1 second that Andre Robertson is going to keep this up the whole season. I genuinely do not believe that in the slightest. And I want Vizcaino starting every 4 games. I think that's entirely appropriate given his skill level, without question. Okay, now go up to the trading deadline. Oh boy, Rob Murphy's back. I don't even give half a shit. I give like a negative shit. Hey, 2,000 hits for Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Smith. Why the fuck did I say Ozzie Newsome? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anybody we want to trade or trade for. I mean, we're still struggling pretty badly in the outfield. Like, Gerald Young at least gets on base and steals bases, so there's plenty of value in that. But, I mean, Jim Rice has looked terrible all season. I wonder if anybody would take him off our hands. Nope. Nor should that. Nor should that. Yeah, I think we'll just keep going, because I literally don't think there's any way we can improve our team right now. Without taking on salary. It's like, would I like to be rid of Tony Pena and just let Bob Melvin be our catcher? Maybe. It certainly cost me less money. I could try it. I could get Alan Anderson back. Why not? Hey, Randy Gomez, I know you can't actually catch, but someone has to be my backup catcher, so congratulations. So Bob Melvin is now the starting catcher. And then I'm going to drop in Randy Gomez here. Okay, now I have at least a little bit of money, so I could... I guess I'll check free agency, actually. We could bring back old friend Dave Edwards. Done. I will instantly call you up, and then I will give you some level of actual meaningful role on this team. Because Eddie Milner ain't nothing, and neither is Randy Kutcher. So yeah, the moment you sign, I will put you on the Major League roster. I might even give you a roster spot. Or, yeah. Alright, Mr. Dave Edwards, I would like you to join the Major League roster to replace Andy I Suck Milner. That may not be his official nickname, but it's the nickname he has in my heart. And you know what I'm going to do, Dave? I'm going to give you Hensley Mullins' spot. Except I'm going to let Jim Rice DH, because you're a much better left fielder than Jim Rice. There we go. There you go. Seems good. Yeah, I can't afford 290 grand, but that's still nice that you want to think about coming back. Mr. Landreau, I'm gonna let you rehab in the minors. Who is a what now? Oh, you cleared waivers. Okay. I will call Landreau back up. How were you hitting before you got hurt? Pretty. No, you hit really well in the minors. You know what? Let's reset our depth charts here. And just copy this depth chart over to here. Do I want Landreau to start over Edwards? I don't think so, because Edwards can still offer us something just through his quality defense. I bet you would, and I can't afford it, though, is the issue. Because I can't really afford anything right now. Rob Murphy, I'll just send you to the minors, and if you don't like it, you can go to hell. Oh, that's your issue. Let's designate you for assignment. Nope. If somebody wants him, they can have him. I don't even give half a shit about him. I'd love nothing more than to get rid of you, Jim Rice, but have you considered not sucking? That might be the better path to success for you. And let's send you to AAA. Guys, we made the playoffs. I don't know how, but we did. I mean, Will Clark winning a batting title certainly didn't hurt. I feel pretty strongly about that. That ended up being a good decision for him. But we made the playoffs, guys. Somehow. We're not even the worst team in the playoffs, which is kind of reassuring, actually. Alright, so first things first, we need to get our playoff roster set up. I cannot add Vizcaíno, sadly. That's fine, I guess, but that is a bit of a bummer. Really, Gerald Young, you had to get fucking hurt one of the last days of the season. Oh my god. I'm hoping that Vizcaíno's injury lets me add Vizcaíno. Or Young's injury lets me add Vizcaíno, but I don't think that's likely to happen here. Pitching-wise, Reed had a better year than Dennis Martinez. I'm going to move Dennis Martinez to the bullpen. You can be emergency starter, long relief. Is Hershiser ready, though? He's a bit tired, but the game doesn't start till tomorrow. And, of course, he's out for the entire playoffs. What a jerk. Will you still let me add... Okay, good. I can now add Vizcaíno to the playoff roster. I don't want to remove him. I want to add him to the playoff roster. There we go. What happened here? Oh, Dave Edwards got kicked off the roster too. I guess we don't get a backup catcher. That's a little gross, but it's whatever. So Ken Landreau, I guess you're going to be my left fielder. Hensley's going to play... nope, we're going to do this. And then this. And this will be totally fine. Well, we got lit up by the Yankees. Wow. Oral Hershiser got torn apart, too. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. You left him in too long, guys. 7 innings. And only in the 7th inning did he really get lit up. I'm having a stinking feeling that this first trip to the playoffs may... Oh, God, we're not even close. I'm not going to bother trying to play the series at this point because we're just not hitting at all. And that's our problem, right? Like, if we're not getting great hitting from all of our team, we're just going to be screwed no matter what. So, yeah, if we lose, we lose. I don't really care at this point. And we just got swept. And to be perfectly honest, the Yankees won 101 games. They probably should be sweeping us. Right? They should be sweeping us. Because this disgusting, illegal infield of Barry fucking Larkin. At least Alan Trammell was hurt, so I guess we got something out of it. But yeah, we just got Raffle Stomp. Which is probably what's going to happen. As soon as Oral Hershiser gave up 7 runs in one game, I knew we were done. And there's Jamie Moore just imploding in the very first game, which is not ideal. But yeah, I didn't think we'd make the playoffs at all. So to make him and get swept is not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination, I don't think. Hey fuckers, we made the playoffs. Shut the hell up. Another 1-year deal. I don't know why he's talking about it. This is like the most disastrous season in history. We made the playoffs. We got swept. I own that. But we made the freaking playoffs. And to lose your shit over that just seems so insane. Let's see how the season went and what could have gone better besides nearly everything in a lot of ways. Matt Williams seems like he's the real deal. I don't expect him at 280 every season, but he had a fantastic season. And I'm glad we picked him in that draft. So good work by Matt Williams. Ozzie Smith maybe wasn't like a borderline MVP candidate, but still phenomenal. Happy to have him without any question. Will the Thrill was healthy the whole season and won a batting title, but the healthiness matters more to me. Without Will Clark, we are fucked. There is no sugarcoating that fact. Will Clark is the beating heart of the Kansas City Royals. If we don't have him, we are nothing. Lenny Dykstra had a bit of a down year by his standards. His contact wasn't great. So maybe with a bit more BABIP luck, we'll get another amazing season. He was still phenomenal, by the way. Still phenomenal. And then once you get past the top 4, it's all garbage of varying degrees from here on out. And this is what happened, right? We didn't have any money. And the players that we're paying a lot of money to, like Jim Rice, were actively terrible. So we got to get better. We have to get better. We have to distribute our resources more efficiently so we can be better. The problem is we can't. Unless the owner takes the fucking, like, backs way the fuck off, we're not going to be able to. This is going to be as good as it gets. We're going to have to find a bunch of really cheap free agents or sell players for money and hope for the best. We are literally trapped by our owner's stinginess, which is making it kind of frustrating to play as the Royals, but I don't expect brilliance every time we play. But it is still pretty frustrating. It is still relatively frustrating that I have to basically be, like, incredibly efficient to have even a snowball's chance in hell of being successful. Let's look at the pitching staff. Oral Hershiser was phenomenal, as is his wont. Frank Viola was pretty good. We got good seasons out of Jamie Moore and Rick Reed. And we got pretty good seasons out of the bullpen. Julio Machado was kind of disappointing, but the rest of the bullpen did quite well, actually. We still need that extra starter, though, because we're going to lose Dennis Martinez, and there ain't no power in hell that's going to make me bring him back. He lost 18 games. He has nothing left. He is a non-factor. But here's the downside, right? I literally can't afford to do anything this offseason. Between Matt Williams and Will Clark wanting big raises, yeah. So let's begin. Let's get some of this stuff done here. Gerald Young wants $286K. I see no reason not to give it to him. Oops. I might trade Bob Kipper in the offseason. We'll see, though. The problem is, Will Clark is so freaking good that between him and Matt Williams, we're going to have a very, very difficult time here. Locking up Matt Williams seems good. But it might also cost me Will Clark. I'll trade someone else before I get rid of Will Clark. Yeah, we'll do it. I will take this deal and get some cost certainty with him. Eddie Milner, you can get fucked. Mike Brumley, you can get fucked. And Wayne Cage, welcome to Fuckville, population U. Okay, so that concludes today's episode. It was kind of disappointing, I'm not going to lie to you, friends, that we made the playoffs and then just got utterly raffle stomped. This will keep happening, though, because we don't have enough money to reinvest in the team. We just don't. We're going to have to draft like geniuses to have even a chance at being a good team. And I don't know that we can do that. Some of our relievers are going to start getting awfully expensive, and that may be one way to start trimming some payroll, but for right now, yeah. It's rough. It's incredibly rough. And until the owner, stops being such a fucking penny-pinching bastard, I don't see this happening. I just don't. We're going to have to draft incredibly intelligently and get amazing bargains in the Rule 5. That's basically all we can do. So that is it for now, my friends. Until next time, though, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.